Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Sprout. Today is Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Today, we're diving into a super interesting topic, one that might have slipped under your radar but gets misused all the time. The word is all right. Now, we all say it, we all write it, but is it really the right word to use? You might be surprised to find out that all right is actually one of the most commonly misused words in English. But don't worry, we're going to break it down, explain why it's often incorrect, and give you some simple tips on how to use it properly. Let's get into it. So, what's the deal with all right? Well, first things first, it's a word you've probably seen and used 1,000 times. But here's the thing, all right, spelled Alright, is actually not considered formal English. All right is informal and it's non standard spelling. Yep, that's right. It's technically not standard English. If you look at a dictionary or any grammar guide, you'll see that the proper accepted form is all right, spelled as two separate words. Now, you might be thinking, well, everyone says all right, so what's the big deal? And trust me, I get it. All right has become super common in casual speech, text messages, and even social media posts. But in formal writing, academic work, or professional settings, it's usually best to stick with all right. Why is all right considered incorrect? So, why exactly is all right considered wrong by so many grammar experts? Well, the reason comes down to the rules of formation in English. All right is well established, where both words are doing their job as separate elements. All means everything is fine, and right as the meaning of correctness or agreement. So when you combine them into one word, it's creating a new, somewhat unnecessary form that doesn't quite follow traditional English patterns. It's kind of like adding a double word in one word. Think about how every day is correct for describing something that's normal. But every day as two separate words wouldn't make sense. English tends to favor simplicity, so all right stays as two words. So, where do people use all right? Let's take a look at it. All right is used in everyday life. You've probably seen it in text messages, casual conversations, or even social media posts. For example, that sounds all right to me. In these contexts, people might use them to mean okay or fine. But keep in mind, these are informal situations. When you're texting your friend or replying to a meme, no one's going to care if you use all right instead of all right. But here's where it gets a little tricky. In professional or academic settings, you want to avoid all right at all costs. You wouldn't write a formal email or an essay and say, is that all right with you? Instead, you would use, is that all right with you? Now, in casual versus formal scenarios, when can you actually use all right without sounding like a grammar rebel? As I mentioned earlier, all right is totally fine in informal settings. Think of it like a laid back casual word. You'll see it all over social media, in text messages, and even in songs. For example, when you're speaking casually to a friend or a family, it's totally fine. For example, all right, let's go to the movies. I'm feeling all right. Thanks for asking. But just remember, it's best to keep all right out of things like resumes, formal emails, or academic papers. Okay, just to do a quick recap, you should use all right when you're in a formal situation or writing. Stick with the classic two words in professional emails, essays, reports, and anything that demands a little more structure. Use all right in casual speech or informal writings, text messages, memes, tweets, or friendly conversations. It's not wrong per se, but it's just not quite standard. So the next time you send a text message, take a second to ask yourself, am I writing for a friend or for a boss? If it's for a boss, you want to stick with all right. And that's it for today's lesson. I hope this helps clear up the confusion around all right versus all right. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever caught yourself using the wrong one or if you've got any other words that trip you up. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this information helpful and subscribe for more English tips. Until next time, keep speaking and writing. All right, goodbye.